Okay, I'm here with Thea and Kevin, and they just finished the basic bronze class that I teach. And I was going to ask them some questions to see if I could help some of you answer your questions about coming to this A Step to Gold Ballroom here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, did either one of you study Master the Elements, which was the bonus that you got with the group class?
Absolutely. That was actually one of the first things I did, and it was a tremendous help.
Why? I mean, what did you like about it?
So one of the things I really found interesting on it, so it was actually your attitude at first. Your attitude was really engaging in the video, and it kind of just pulled me in.
Oh, well, what did you learn? Did you learn anything that helped you in the class?
So the thing that I really learned in it was actually the form of how you would dance, right? And that form in itself, really helped me out throughout the class. And often enough, that was the thing that I referred back on to when we were dancing.
So it made it a little bit easier for you to learn?
Oh, absolutely it did.
Good, good. So I try to go over some things like how to stand, how to connect. Did you get to work with anybody on that?
So I didn't. I actually did this with a friend of mine, and we just did it in his living room. And at first we felt a little goofy on it. Me and him were kind of joking around. There was a point in time where you're like, close your eyes and follow the steps. And we're going through the steps, and after the third time, I wait for him to actually get going in it, and I go over to him and I just start tickling his nose, and immediately his eyes pop open and he's like, "Whoa, what's this?"
So you had a good time. It was fun.
Oh, absolutely it was, and it was one of the things that kind of helped break us into learning how to dance.
Oh, good, good, good. Well, Thea, you've been in the basic bronze class, and you haven't had much time to do Master the Elements, but you've had lessons before. How did you find this class, even though you knew a little bit about dancing?
I felt that it was a wonderful, warm environment to meet friends who would love to start somewhere in the form of dance, and I just felt that there were so many styles that could be fine-tuned and take it to another level, and perhaps even look good. That was one thing that I had to learn. Yeah.
And those kind of, for the bronze, the 6 basic dances that we did learn, that was one of the things that I saw that really interested me as well, because it really was a step into a world that I really liked.
Like a new world.
Oh, a completely new world.
Like a secret world.
Yeah, on rhythm itself.
Was there anything that you found difficult in the class? And how did you overcome that difficulty?
So the difficulty was actually throwing out my 2 left feet. That was the difficult part. Still trying to work with it and knocking off a little bit of the rust, but working with partners, absolutely, dancing with you really did help. Understand what I needed to do for those steps, and that was one of the things that really helped out the most.
It takes a lot of guts to walk into a dance studio. What's your experience with that?
The experience with getting into a dance studio, honestly, it was more, what can I get into? Because to me, it was more or less exciting to be able to, even get those first steps underneath my belt.
No, but it's nerve-wracking to walk into a ballroom. Is it not? Especially for a man? No?
No.
It didn't bother you?
No, not at all.
So
it's a little bit different because I was really used to being in front of audiences.
Okay.
My time in the Air Force, I did honor guard, so having eyes on me was, it's a no-brainer for me.
A lot of people don't feel comfortable with that. So do you think that that the people that might have felt uncomfortable, do you think that they eventually felt comfortable, or Could you tell a difference in their demeanor?
Oh, you're not kidding. Especially the couple that comes, the young couple.
Mm.
They're just incredible now. I
But
was
I mean-
blown away at the progress. I think they started later than us. And they were growing in leaps and bounds.
They're taking private lessons.
It was astounding to witness. But they did participate with our
Yeah, they
program.
did.
And that's very generous of you to let them participate in the program with us.
And they did look a lot more fluid too.
Oh, they were amazing. Yeah.
So, but what I'm talking about is, could you tell that some people were pretty shy when they first came in, and what helped them overcome that intimidation?
Because it's not so formal and rigid. You're the friend first. I think that's a contagious feeling amongst your students.
It is. It's that
Yeah.
little bit of warmness that really helps on out. Like getting in here, I mean, it might feel like a foreign environment to a whole lot of people,
Mhm.
but after even 2 classes, you almost feel like you're at home. You walk in, and you're just like, oh hey, what's going on, everyone?
Yeah, it's a warm, friendly environment, and it's very easy to feel like you're a human being. And in today's rat race right now, we're pulled away from feeling that human connection, and you're just handing it to us on a silver platter. It's just beautiful. That's what pulled me in. It started with a meetup, and I was hooked. Yeah.
And that's the easy way to do it. I mean, that welcoming environment is what you need, though.
What do you think are the most important or the most obvious benefits of taking dance lessons?
After you,
I feel that we as a society became so sedentary. We are made to move, and when you're having fun, you look forward to coming back and moving. That's I try
I'm
to
actually touching a human being.
Well, that's the thing, and no STDs. You can touch a human being.
and not have to worry about it. But I think the funness is the main thing about it, because that's what really made it encouraging to come on back. It wasn't a force or anything like that. It was come and have fun.
What made it fun?
Your humor.
You
You
Andy.
You are fun. Just have a great sense of humor, and I came from New York. I just came here for Christmas, and to find somebody that is just so full of life and a big smile, bigger than your whole body, a big smile, and just warm and inviting and full of comedy. You just joke, and
I like to
when
joke.
somebody feels uptight, you just make them feel very comfortable. It's lovely.
Like when you're having to twirl your partner around, right? We're learning to swirl the cheese around, and just like
Do you like my imagery?
Yes, and the hot dog in the bun.
Not what you think, though. Not what you
So
think.
I don't use a lot of technical language as much as I do imagery.
But your program on video helps us connect with technical language,
Terminology.
so that we have some of that in our muscle memory when we come here, regardless if you decide to use it or not. It was helpful.
It doesn't make you feel like you're coming into something completely stupid.
No, it's another tool to help move along at a pace, because you try to offer so much into the program, and then we can practice, and perhaps also in a partner who knows nothing about the program, and there it is.
But it's understanding the basics of what we need to know to dance. That really helps on out.
Think about other types of pain that people have in their life.
Well,
What do you think dancing does for other types of pain?
Well, we've been so isolated with COVID for two and a half years or so, and we're starving for human connection, just natural human connection. There's one thing when you're with family day in and out, but it feels like a family in a box. To now be able to move and connect at so many different levels, it's great for the soul. I feel a fulfillment when I'm here. So lovely experience.
And I'm usually a very tactile kind of person, so being able to interact with others is that other element that really helps on out, and it really does feel encouraging more than anything, and it generally does feel like that family kind of environment to where you can interact with your partner, and generally there's no worry because it is a learning environment, and everyone's frankly very new to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So can you tell me a little bit about how you felt before you started dancing?
How I felt before dancing. So before, I was very hesitant to go on to the dance floor. And, as much as I really have always wanted to dance, I never really could dance because I always felt really awkward on the dance floor. Like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do? And, even though I'm finding, what do I do still with my hands? I know what to do with my feet at least.
You know where your hands don't go, right?
Absolutely. They don't go in the armpits at all.
What about you before you
But
danced?
equally, I had a severe sense of awkwardness, and it's a roadblock that you don't learn. You just trip over your own feet, and this relaxed environment is really helpful for that because we make mistakes in the process of learning.
We make a ton of it.
Yeah, and
And we laugh.
just to have fun with it, and because like I said, the world is so rigid and the corporate and everything. Everybody's going at such a pace, and I just unwind and I can feel natural.
It's something that you don't have to burden your mind with, really. Right?
Well, once you have the muscle memory for things, then I don't feel the burden. So
It takes a little time
It takes
to
a
get
little
that foundation.
Time. Yeah,
so
so
that
I
you
keep
can
on
relax.
coming back. Yeah.
So what has dancing helped you with as far as your personal feelings about anything?
Well, it's definitely made me less shy.
Okay. So what was that last question?
What does dance do for me? Well, I've been using dance, the language of dance, as key words about life. Because when we do dancing, somebody transmits, another person interprets and receives and interprets it, digests it, and answers or does gives back.
Because
It's part of relationship.
body language kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and to me, I think body language, you become more fine-tuned with the body language. And human connection, we're not meant to just text, talk on the phone. Human connection comes to our deep, primitive self, and we've lost it. We've become numb to that. As a matter of fact, we're just pegged on a grid of who we are, just by a mere thought and dismissed. But this language gives us a lot more depth of what people feel. It's honest, and
It's pure.
It's pure and it's deeper. There's nothing superficial about dance.
No, not at all. I mean, you can usually feel the rhythm of your partner. You can understand kind of where they're wanting to go with it, and kind of how comfortable they are.
Yeah, especially when you say to dance with your eyes closed, your receptors now have to tune into something a lot more organic than just anticipating the moves and just going as if you're dancing by yourself. You have to start feeling.
Because even if you try and anticipate or go ahead of your partner, often enough you kind of throw off the dance a little bit, and it's not all of a sudden a smooth kind of dance. Now it's just a rocky kind of thing you're going through.
Yeah,
So it's just like going from some smooth sailing waters into something really choppy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not always easy.
Could be.
Do you think that your confidence has improved from the class? How much? How much?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a 12-week class.
Well, it goes through, it's developing. It's developing. I have when I thought I could know the damn steps before I walked into the studio, I had so many bad habits. I'm working those bad habits. That's what it is.
Are you saying you finally quit smoking?
No, I mean, even my toes turn in, or good form can matter because I'm a short person, and I can be slumped over, and there's a lot of things to be thinking about.
Yeah, it has helped your posture. Hopefully.
And that's part of it. I mean, it's part of that body language and learning how to dance, but it really has done a wealth of knowledge. I mean, to boost that confidence and knowing what to do, how to move, and I mean, not only that on what your partner should be doing, because it really does help out with that body language portion of confidence. Being able to be open and presentable rather than closed off and not really wanting to be approached.
So how do you think your future in dancing looks? Does it look like? What's it look like?
Easy. Like I'm stepping to gold. Easy.
You didn't read that cue. Well, I could see myself dancing forever. I could. I just would like to know how far I can go.
And
There goes your telephone.
going back to it. It happened several times, funny enough. But can easily see, continuing on with it because, this class, this environment you do have, everything it just, it's almost an endearing thing because it is a wonderful thing to be a part of. And, after a couple of classes, you do feel like your family and going into it.
What would you tell someone that's never been to this studio? What would you tell them? How would you invite them to come here?
Well, I just want to say that this is not a stuffy environment, and you're making friends here, and that's what makes it a bond to have fun, kick it up, and just have a good time.
Yeah,
that matters now. It matters more than ever to be a part of opening up the world again and engaging with humanity.
Yeah, if you want a place where you can come, relax, learn, laugh, and enjoy yourself, no better place to be.
Ditto.
You're more than welcome.
I love my students.
Because it's honestly, I constantly say I'm overjoyed to be here, and one of the highlights of my week is usually coming here, and even though it's knocking off some rust on these two left feet, it's a pleasure every single time.
Good. I don't make you feel stupid.
No, I do that all on my own.
She doesn't laugh at all my jokes either.
We want to invite you to join us every other Tuesday, the first and third Tuesday of the month. I have a guest party, and newcomers, people who've never been here before, who maybe have danced or not danced. Most people have not. You're welcome to come. Just let us know you're coming, and it's at 7:30 until 9 o'clock on first and third Tuesday. And we are located in Raleigh, North Carolina, on Glenwood Avenue at Pleasant Valley Promenade.
And please come. You'll not have, correction. You will have a fun time. It is something that you're going to really enjoy and probably want to come back for some classes, I'll be honest.
Thank you so much.